Welcome to the channel. Get ready to snuggle up with your favorite blanket and a mug of cocoa, because today we're diving into a book that perfectly captures the unique, hopeful magic of the holiday season. Sophie Jomain's A Heart for Christmas, Advent Romance. Jomain is a beloved voice in contemporary romance, known for crafting settings that are as much characters as the people in them. And in this book, she delivers a story that's less about grand drama and more about the quiet joy, unexpected connections, and festive charm that unfold during the 4 precious weeks of Advent. This novel isn't just a romance. It's an ode to tradition, community, and the surprising ways love can bloom when you least expect it, especially when surrounded by twinkling lights and the scent of pine needles. It's a book that truly embodies the spirit of an Advent romance, using the countdown to Christmas as a framework for personal growth and emotional transformation. We're going to introduce you to Holly, our pragmatic, slightly work-obsessed heroine. Meet Caleb, the charming, grounded love interest. Explore the magical setting of their festive, snowy town, and break down the core themes of finding balance, embracing community, and letting go of perfection to find true happiness. But first, if you believe the best romances happen under a blanket of snow, please hit that like button right now. Drop a comment below and tell me, what's your absolute favorite Christmas tradition? And, as always, subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so you don't miss our weekly deep dives into the coziest corners of romance fiction. Our story centers on Holly. She's a brilliant, ambitious, and highly organized professional living in the bustling city. Holly is the kind of person who has her entire year planned out in a series of color-coded spreadsheets. She thrives on order, efficiency, and perfection. However, her life is a little thin on joy. Her relationships are secondary to her career, and she approaches Christmas not as a season of warmth, but as a stressful deadline. She's burnt out, disconnected from her family, and desperately needs a break, though she'd never admit it. The catalyst for the story is a sudden, mandatory break or a family obligation that forces Holly to leave the city and travel to the quaint, picturesque, and fictional town of Willow Creek in the countryside. Willow Creek is the antithesis of Holly's life. It's slow, its biggest event is the annual Advent market, and its Wi-Fi is predictably unreliable. Holly arrives with the intention of being there for only a short, highly structured period before escaping back to her perfect, predictable life. But Willow Creek, with its thick layer of fresh snow, its friendly, nosy residents, and its powerful focus on tradition, has other plans. She's initially annoyed by the slow pace, but the enforced disconnect from her digital life immediately begins to chip away at her rigid exterior. This setting isn't just a backdrop, it's the essential ingredient for her transformation. It forces her to slow down, to look up from her phone, and to confront the emptiness beneath her perfectly organized facade. Enter Caleb. Caleb is the classic, swoon-worthy, small-town hero. He's rugged, kind, and deeply rooted in Willow Creek. He's often involved in running the family business, which might be a charming local bookstore, a woodworking shop, or managing the very Advent market Holly is forced to visit. Caleb represents everything Holly has deliberately avoided: spontaneity, emotional availability, and a profound appreciation for the simple things in life. He's the kind of person who doesn't see time as a line on a schedule, but as moments to be savored. Their initial interactions are marked by classic opposites attract energy. Holly is stressed and judgmental. Caleb is patient and amused by her city slicker ways. Jomain brilliantly uses the 4 weeks of Advent as the structural framework for the romance. The plot unfolds day by day, mirroring the tradition of opening an Advent calendar, where each small door reveals a surprise. In the book, each section or chapter corresponds to a week of Advent, leading up to Christmas Eve. Week 1. The annoyance and the encounter. Initial meetings, misunderstandings, and the forced proximity that starts to break the ice. Week 2. The shared project. Holly and Caleb are forced to collaborate on a local Christmas project, perhaps saving a struggling business, organizing a chaotic event, or finding a missing piece of a town tradition. This is where their professional skills clash with their personal styles, leading to sparks. Week 3. The deepening. They begin sharing personal histories and vulnerabilities. Holly confesses her burnout. Caleb reveals a past loss or challenge. This is where the emotional intimacy forms and the realization hits. This isn't just a holiday fling. Week 4. The confession and the crisis. The climax, often involving a moment where Holly has to choose between her carefully constructed city life and the possibility of a real, messy, joyful life with Caleb and Willow Creek. This day-by-day structure allows the relationship to feel organic, building emotional resonance with every small shared task or moment of Christmas magic. A major theme of A Heart for Christmas is the healing power of community. Willow Creek is filled with quirky, endearing characters: a wise elderly baker, a slightly eccentric town mayor, children bundled up for sledding, who all embody the spirit of the season. Holly's initial isolation and self-reliance are gently, persistently challenged by the town. She's forced to rely on others, accept help, and participate in traditions she previously scorned. The book demonstrates that genuine happiness is often found not in solo achievements, but in the interconnected web of human relationships. For example, when Holly's meticulous plan for the town market falls apart, it's the residents' shared resourcefulness and good humor, not her efficiency, that saves the day. This is a crucial moment for Holly, forcing her to let go of the need for control and embrace the beautiful chaos of real life. The central lesson Holly learns is the magic of imperfection. Her city life was about pursuing an unsustainable ideal of perfection. A perfect job, a perfect apartment, a perfect life. Willow Creek is messy, chaotic, and wonderfully imperfect. The lights might flicker, the snow might turn to slush, and the cookies might burn, but the shared experience is what makes it meaningful. The romance itself follows this theme. Holly initially tries to schedule Caleb, but their connection thrives only when she stops planning and allows herself to be spontaneous and vulnerable. Caleb teaches her that a heart truly open to love is far more valuable than a life perfectly organized on a spreadsheet. The climax typically occurs around Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, providing a dramatic tension point for the relationship. Holly will receive a call, an email, or an offer that represents a direct path back to her old, safe life: a promotion, a demanding client, or an ultimatum from her former boss. This forces her to confront the ultimate question: is the joy she's found in Willow Creek and with Caleb a temporary holiday spell, or is it a signpost to the life she truly wants? This is where the Advent theme comes full circle. Advent is a season of waiting and preparation for a new beginning. Holly has spent 4 weeks preparing her heart, and now she must make the choice. The resolution is classic, satisfying holiday romance. Holly makes the choice that affirms her personal growth, a choice rooted in presence, love, and community over professional ambition and perfect order. She realizes her A Heart for Christmas is about giving her heart to the messy, real life she now wants, not about keeping it safely locked away behind layers of defense. The final scene is often a beautifully framed moment of domestic bliss. Caleb and Holly celebrating the holiday, perhaps under a beautifully lit, imperfectly decorated tree, realizing that the greatest gift they received was the unexpected chance to meet each other and redefine what a successful life looks like. It is a powerful affirmation that the biggest risks in life are the ones worth taking, especially when they involve opening your heart. Sophie Jomain's A Heart for Christmas is a delightful, heartfelt book that reminds us why we love holiday romance. It's a story about slowing down, savoring the small moments, and allowing the unpredictable magic of the season to guide us toward the people who are meant to be in our lives. It's the perfect literary antidote to the stress of modern living. If this summary gave you that warm, fuzzy holiday feeling, please hit that like button right now. Comment below and share your final reflection. What does Holly's story teach us about the difference between success and happiness? And for more comprehensive analyses of the latest romances, thrillers, and cozy reads, be sure to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell. Thanks for unwrapping this joy with me. We'll see you in the next analysis.